This recipe is a recipe where you probably don't have to go out and buy ingredients. Most of these ingredients I think you'd have in your pantry and in your refrigerator. We're going to use some cottage cheese, going to use some eggs, a few walnuts. You can have other nuts if you don't have walnuts. Some onion, a little oats and some breadcrumbs and some herbs. They're ingredients that most people would have.
That's right, especially when you're a vegetarian. I think you would have country cottage cheese in your refrigerator, and it doesn't take long to actually make it.
No. And so what we're going to do, we're going to make some country cottage patties, and these have the base of cottage cheese. But they don't taste like cottage cheese, do they?
No, they don't. You'll be surprised because it actually tastes a little bit like meat.
Yeah.
I have tasted this in country cottage rolls.
Yes. This mixture, when we have finished putting it all together, you can actually wrap it in pastry if you want to. And there is a fat-reduced puff pastry available now, made by Pampers. That's about 12% fat, which is not as bad as the high-fat pastry, which is around 26% fat. And so, let's put this together. We'll start off with the eggs. And I've got 2 eggs. And you do need that so that the patties will bind together. We've also got some cottage cheese. Now, for people who may have an allergy to eggs or who are not able to use eggs, there is an egg substitute that you can buy in the health section of the supermarket called Egg-like. And there may be other brands too, but that's the one that I've used. And you can use that in this recipe, except you've just watched me put the eggs in first. For that other product, Egg-like, you actually put that in last, not first.
Okay, that's a good hint to remember there.
Yes. So just mix that together. It'll be easier to mix everything else together when you have the moist ingredients mixed up. We'll put the herbs in now because then they'll distribute a little easier. That mixture of herbs is called Italian herbs, but you can use mixed herbs if that's all you have or if that's what you prefer to use. I rather like the Italian mixture. You can buy them in the little packets and also in the bottles. So we'll put the onions in next. Just an onion chopped very finely.
So 1 medium onion.
Yes.
That we've used.
And some walnuts.
Put some walnuts in. So that's a third of a cup.
And then we just have the grains that are going to be added. And we have oats and we have breadcrumbs. Thank you, Jade.
You're welcome.
And the breadcrumbs.
And the breadcrumbs as well.
And so this has wheat and oats. Again, if you have sensitivities to certain grains, you can use other grains. For instance, instead of oats, you can use barley flakes.
Yes.
And barley flakes do not have gluten in them.
And also for nuts, you can substitute it with sunflower seeds.
Yes.
Or pumpkin seeds.
Yes. And so you finish up with a mixture that is moist, but sticks together nicely.
And how long did it take us to make that?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, that's excellent. So it's a really good recipe for busy people.
Oh, yes.
After work, you can quickly make it.
Yes.
For dinner.
And if you make a double quantity, or even with a single quantity, if you haven't got too many people that you're cooking for, you can freeze them. And so you can have these in the freezer for next time someone calls in unexpected, or you're home late and you want to have something ready really quickly. You can just put these under the grill or even in the microwave and warm them up and have some salad or whatever. These gloves,
difficult to
bit
put
of
on,
a challenge today. And so you just pick up a quantity depending on how large you want to make your patty or how small. You can just make them into little balls. You can bake them in the oven on an oiled oven tray, or you can make them into patty shapes. We're going to roll them in a little extra breadcrumbs. And you can shallow fry these in just a small amount of oil. You don't need lots of oil to fry these patties. Again, we're probably used to putting a fair bit of oil in a fry pan, aren't we?
That's right. Like you said, we're creatures of habit, but we're going to change that. So
we're going to change, yes.
we're not going to use as much oil.
A little at a time. And so they're the patties. And we've got some finished ones for you that you can see. They're delicious and nutritious. Enjoy.